Hey, this is Craig Smith with Energy Up Solar. Today I'm going to discuss a very common concern that people have when looking at solar of going into debt. So if you're going to go solar, most people will finance the system. And depending on how much power you use and the position of your roof and all that good stuff, solar system could range anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000. It all depends on how much power you need. Now, the big concern is to commit to debt. Hey, if I have that $30,000 debt, now I owe someone money, and it's bad to go into debt because it takes away from your net worth and you're obligated and all these negative connotations that come with debt. And for the most part, these are true when it comes to debt. You never want to go into debt, right? What people don't look at is what type of debt does the electricity company commit you to? And the illusion is that there is no commitment. Hey, I can move out of my house next year and I don't owe the utility company any money. Well, then the next house you go to, you'll pay a power bill there. So you're obligated to an electricity cost for as long as you live. If you want lights and you want AC and Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, that all the comforts of human beings, right? So if you don't go solar, you're going to have a debt, a future debt that you just don't know. It's not been given to you in writing. Well, when you go solar, you're committed to a certain amount, but that debt is actually an asset. It's good debt. So there's an exception to every rule, and the rule of not going into debt is true. It's a good rule to follow, but there's an exception to every rule. And what you're doing is you're replacing the unknown commitment to your utility with a certain fixed known amount that you get more money for every month, because it costs you less to pay for a solar investment than it does to pay the utility company. So that debt is making you money. It's an asset, not a liability. So it's smart debt. There is smart debt. There are things that you would want to finance that do make sense, right? So we all want to own a home, right? Well, there's a commitment on that home, whether it's a $300,000 mortgage or whatever it is. And it makes sense for you because if you don't get that mortgage, you'll be renting. And if you're renting a house, you're paying an unknown amount. It could go up over time. So renters don't just pay the same amount year after year. It goes up over time. And maybe you don't get to stay in the house. Maybe there's some changes. You don't own it. That renting money you pay, you look at that as lighting your money on fire, right? When you rent, you feel like you're lighting your money on fire. There's no end game. There's no control. There's no end product. Well, when you're paying for your solar system, you're investing every month. Yes, it's debt, but you're investing every month. And every time you make that monthly investment, it saves you money because it's less than what you would have paid the utility. So that is making you money. It's an asset and you have control over it. It has an end game. Whether you choose a 10-year, 15-year, whatever, 20-year, whatever loan terms you choose, you have an end date and then you own it and it increases home equity. So it is debt, but it's smart debt because it makes you money and it gives you control. So going into debt for solar does make sense. It is smart. And if you're going to say, yeah, but if I want to move out of my house and I still owe all that money, I'm screwed. Transferring the balance of a solar loan, as long as you own the system, to a new homeowner is not problematic, despite some of the stuff you might see in the media or online or whatever you look up. You Google, oh, my house was, I had a hard time selling my home. Look, I have other videos on that, but that is not true. If you own the system, there's PPAs and leases that could create some complication, but that's for another video. But going into debt for solar is not what it appears or sounds like. It is a smart investment that is an asset that makes you money, gives you control, and it is a much preferable situation to the utility provider that you're burning and lighting your money on fire to every single month. For more information, look at energyupsolar.com. That's energyupsolar.com. We have good content on our website to help people get informed. We help people with solar the right way. energyupsolar.com.